Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
Southeast Radio.
Welcome back to Southeast Radio's Business Matters with me, Karl Fitzpatrick. Blink has developed a parametric insurance platform, partnered with large insurance companies, and been the subject of an acquisition, all within the space of just 3 years. Its co-founder, Paul Prendergast, joins me now to discuss this exciting business. Paul, prior to starting Blink with your co-founder Peter Birmingham, where had your career path taken you?
So I did a business degree back in the late 80s, early 90s in Cork. So I always had an interest in business. And then I worked for a number of multinationals. I worked for Heineken. I worked in the media space, in the Examiner newspaper, and in marketing functions. And then I moved into general management. And then at the age of 30, I started working for myself, started my own businesses in the technology and retail space and publishing space. So it was quite a varied career until we started Blink.
So what prompted you to establish Blink back in 2016?
So the whole insurance space was changing. It was a once-in-a-lifetime shift in the insurance space. And Peter Birmingham and myself, we looked at this and we thought there was a great opportunity to improve the customer experience around insurance. And insurance is one of the few sectors. If you look at, say, booking a flight, everything's gone online. If you look at how people change their media consumption, if you look at Uber and changing, even grabbing a taxi, everything is changing. And insurance was one of the largest sectors that hadn't changed.
So how has Blink disrupted the travel insurance market?
So travel insurance is interesting. It's a huge, huge market. It's bigger than digital music globally. It's absolutely massive, billions and billions of dollars every year. But really, there has been little or no innovation in this space for 20, 25 years. We work with global insurance companies all over the world right now to help them offer something new and interesting to their travellers and their customers.
So how exactly does it work, Paul?
So it works if you're flying from London to New York. We call it invisible insurance. Once we have your flight data, we do everything else. There's no claims process in the Blink system. So we track your flight and we get a lot of data about your flight automatically. And then if something bad happens, your flight's cancelled, say British Airways cancelled a flight for whatever reason, the claim is paid automatically on our system. So you don't actually have to prove that anything has gone wrong. We know what has happened, and that's the first step. And then the second step, our view is, if you're stuck in Heathrow going to New York, you don't want to check in the post. You want to get to New York. So that flight is cancelled. We'll then source and book you the next available flight, working with you all through your mobile device.
So you're an insure-tech organisation, but not an insurance underwriter. So what's the relationship then between your company, Blink, and insurance companies?
Yeah, that's a great question. And really, our strategy is to support insurance companies to allow them to offer innovative products to their consumers. So we provide the overall technology and service. And in most cases, it's a white label solution. So they go out with a branded solution to their customers. So the customer gets their branded experience end to end. So they would typically take the risk of the product. They would do the underwriting and they would do the local licensing. And we do everything in between. So there's every program that we do, there's a lot of integration, a lot of training, and we are very, very close to our customers. So we only work with very large organizations globally who can engage with a technology company like us. So it really is, they bring the best of what they do around regulatory and underwriting and understanding their market. And we bring the best of what we do as a very nimble, fast-moving technology organization that can completely transform their customer experience.
Now, as you said earlier in the interview, that little has changed in the insurance industry over the past 50 years. It was ripe for transformation and disruption in a lot of respects. But how open were the insurance companies to this when you knocked on their door?
Yeah, so it takes time. You know, that is the opportunity for entrepreneurs starting in the insurance and insurtech space. A lot of industries have gone through the innovation cycle and come out the other end, and the opportunities aren't there. And the insurance companies have been very, very profitable over the years. I think the big thing is the regulator is hugely important. So the regulators in this space have opened up dramatically. And one of our first partnerships was with the financial regulator in London in a thing called the Sandbox program. They made a decision. They wanted to change the insurance space. So they made it very easy for tech-driven startups to launch in the insurance space. Because previously, anytime you would bring any innovation to the insurance space, up to that point, everybody would say, well, the regulator will just say no, and it was a brick wall. So the regulator really softened and actually encouraged innovation, and they're doing this in lots of different markets. So that was the first big step. And the second big step was venture capitalists and investors started to put a lot of money into the insurtech space, so a lot of people started following the money.
And of course, China is at the cutting edge of insurtech. It's estimated now that there's around about 10,000 companies operating in this space. As a result, is there many competitors emerging for you?
Yes, absolutely. And we would look at that as a positive because it's such a huge marketplace. It validates the marketplace for us. Because we're relatively early in the space, it's up to us to, make our product better and our processes and improve our team and build our team to stay ahead of the market. And we are ahead of the market right now, but there are a large number of funded companies who are competing against us. Interestingly, early stages, a lot of large insurance companies decided that they would build what we built and they would invest and do that themselves. Now, practically every single one of those companies who decided to build innovative technical products themselves have stopped that in the last year. They've invested millions. They simply can't deliver what a small entrepreneurial company can. So they've shut that down and they've gone into partnership mode. So they partner with smaller, nimble technology companies.
And in 2017, Blink was acquired by CPP Group. Did you anticipate that an acquisition might take place so early in the company's life? And how has the business benefited from this acquisition?
Yeah, so the answer is no, we hadn't. We had started discussions with a number of people in terms of business partnerships, and CPP approached us and said, would we be interested in going through an acquisition? We were surprised at the time, and we knew in the insurance space that we were probably going to go into fundraising for the company, and that takes time. So we made the decision that they had strong presence globally in China and India, Mexico, Turkey, etc. And they had a strong financial base, great regulatory people, compliance people, legal support, which is great for a small company like us. And we also felt that it would make a huge difference dealing with big insurance companies. If they felt that we had the best of both worlds, we were, really pushing ahead, very fast-moving entrepreneurial tech company, but part of this publicly quoted organization who gave us that financial heft, if you like. And it really has worked like that.
And talk to me about the geographical expansion which Blink has achieved by partnering with these insurance companies across the world.
Yes, we focused on Canada as a big market for us. So we've had a lot of success over there. We're live with some of the biggest players, Tugo, Manulife, Blue Cross, and a number of others. They're the biggest insurance brands over there. We're live. We're doing flight rebooking in Australia and Singapore, across Europe. We're about to announce a number of large insurance partners in the next month as well, towards the end of January. We expect by the end of this year and 2020 that we'll be live comfortably in 12 to 15 countries.
Now, it's all about the data with Blink. So in a world where there's more and more connected devices coming on the market every day, what does the future hold for the company outside of the travel insurance world?
Yeah, that's a great question. And certainly our technology that technology platform is driving huge demand for other types of products. So we're looking at the IoT, Internet of Things. We're looking at energy, weather, auto, all these spaces where if we can get good, solid data that our insurance companies trust, then our technology platform can turn it into a really interesting customer experience. For example, a very simple example would be if you have your washing machine at home, new generations of washing machines will be connected to the internet, and we'll know if your washing machine is leaking before you know it. When you're at work, you know it's gone wrong, and then we'll contact you and we'll say your washing machine is leaking. We can send out somebody with a replacement or somebody out to repair it right now, depending on the insurance cover that you have.
And Paul, finally, as you look ahead over the next 3 to 5 years, where do you see the growth coming from for your own business?
So I think travel has been a huge success, and I think we'll be rolling out lots and lots of partnerships throughout 2020 and 2021. But I would expect towards middle of 2020 we'll start launching other types of products. We've just launched our blinkparametric.com website, which details all the other type non-travel products that we're doing, and it's generating a lot of a lot of interest already. So I think it's twofold really. It's building out the travel space, and that's a really proven space for us right now. And then looking at all these other interesting spaces, as I mentioned earlier, IoT being one, auto being another. So, and it's all about these large global insurance partnerships for Blink. And we've had a lot of luck to date. So we're fingers crossed for the next number of years.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Paul Prendergast from Blink. And we look forward to following this business as it seems set to continue an impressive growth trajectory.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
South